In the octagon.
In the octagon.
In the octagon.
You could say Conor McGregor is octagon. Yeah, I don't know. That
Perfect.
Don't give me the perfect, dude. T-shirt of the day. It is the 80s version of the X-Men T-shirt right here. We've got Cyclops. We've got Iceman. Here, actually, we can't even see this, but it's the 1980s version, the brown uni for Wolverine. For the folks who are watching on Twitter and on YouTube. Okay, so anyways, that's the T-shirt of the day. The 80s brown tan uniform for Wolverine is one of my all-time favorites. That was in the 80s. So there you go. We were talking about Conor McGregor's injury. Then we got a call. Kane, I think who do we got on the call, man?
We got my guy Mike in Redlands.
Mike in Redlands talking to me about Conor McGregor. Mike, what you got, man?
Okay, so here's my analogy on it. You guys keep saying that, he has his blown out knee. If he had it prior to the fight, why would he do this flying kick?
Yeah.
So, but think about it. If he got hurt before the fight, which is what I think he did, he goes in there, he's not getting paid his full purse. If he goes in there and says, hey, I got to quit before the fight. So why not go in there? He's throwing this ridiculous kick, which he's not known for doing at the beginning of a fight, to just show on camera that, hey, this will blow my knee out. I go in there, suck it up, do this ridiculous kick. Now it's on camera that this could cause a knee blowout, and game over. I get my whole purse. Now I can walk away. Because if you think about it, why did Max Holloway jump on top of him as soon as he went down when he fell with the first kick? It seemed like everyone was in on it.
Ooh, everyone's in on it. Okay. Mike and Redlands dropping it, man. I like it. That's interesting. So he knows he's hurt, and he wants to show everyone that it's hurt through the jump and not previously. So almost to like cover his tracks that he knew that it was hurt. Yeah, I don't know, man. Shoot, man. I mean, when I saw the flying kick, I almost thought like, okay, it's like a Jorge Masvidal, Ben Askren type situation. Like, okay, maybe he thinks, and remember, he had this kind of like fight game plan, like, you know, laying out the fight mastery type of stuff against Jose Aldo. In the back, he said, hey, I've seen Jose come out this way, and I'm going to throw this. Right? And so he got him. Right? So Mystic Mac, right? Mystic Mac laying out how the fight's going to lay out. I don't know, man. Maybe Mystic Mac was thinking, okay, Max Holloway is going to come out a certain way. I'm going to throw this kick. It's going to be like Jorge Masvidal. It's going to be like Jorge Masvidal and Anthony Pettis. Little ninja kick, right? We just get both started, come back out in a crazy way, man. I don't know. Dude, you can't get in the head of Conor McGregor, man. This guy's insane. That being said, Mike and Redlands, man, interesting theory. I don't hate it. I tell you right now, I don't hate it. He knew he was injured. He had to cover it up by throwing a crazy Jorge Masvidal, Anthony Pettis style kick, land on his leg awkwardly and say, yep, see, that's where I heard it. Right there, boom. Man, I don't know how I feel about that, bro. I don't. It's a good theory, dude. Mike, it's a really good theory. But again, I just think he wants to win more than he wants to cover something up. If we want to go... Wait a second now. Now my brain's going, dude. If we want to go full out conspiracy theory, maybe Conor's in it with the sports books and he's trying to throw the fight in a... No, okay, I can't go. No, turn that music off, dude. I can't do it. Man. I can't do it. I was trying to act right there, like a little...
I mean, we've only seen Conor McGregor in like $18,000 Poly Market ads, though, right?
I know, but no. I don't think his pride would let him, man. To do that, nah, I can't see that, dude. I can't see. I really honestly think that he just came out like Jorge Masvidal style and was just like, yeah, we're just going to have a little fun off the top. I mean, he's a showman. He's a showman, right? So, like, he wants to show, he wants to have a little fun in there, man. He hasn't been in the ring in 5 years. Let's put on a show. I feel like a little jumping kick right off the top. Get the crowd pop going. I don't know. I feel like that was a show.
I mean, yeah. He put the show in no show.
Correct. And he wanted a little crowd pop, instead he got a knee pop. So that's 0 for 2 for Conor McGregor. That's not good. Not good at all. I don't know. Like I said, I almost feel like, man, I just feel like he was just trying to put on a show, just do a little Jorge Masvidal type of stuff, man. Like, have fun in there. He hadn't been in 5 years. Show the jumping stuff, dude. It's all good. I tell you what, I almost feel like, and again, obviously the fight only lasted like a minute plus, but like, I almost feel like Conor was like, I'm going to show this jumping kick, this Anthony Pettis style ninja kick, jumping roundhouse. And obviously it's going to miss in the first, off the first volley, but maybe he's thinking, let me utilize this a little later in the fight and really get the people going. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just postulating at this point. I really have no idea, man.
You think Bam Adebayo was watching that fight, was like, knee strike. Got to put that in the repertoire.
Bam is a noted UFC. I believe I've seen him at a few UFC fights, so I think he might have a little something like that.
He also had a fight weekend.
He sure did. Did not get paid millions for it, though. Although, if we believe some of these rumors, I guess there was some serious pocket watching from his teammates in Miami, including one. I keep wanting to say Jack Harlow, a Tyler Hero. Golly, not Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow's got a song called Tyler Hero now, okay, and it's one of Jack's best songs. Period.
You know what? This doesn't help the Tyler Hero is a bad teammate type of thing, because Jack Harlow has a song called Tyler Hero, but where's Tyler Hero's song called Jack Harlow?
Where's that one at?
See?
Where's that one at? Boom. Boom. Got it.
Maybe Bam was like, this is for Jack Harlow, by the way, too.
We had talked about the injury to Will Smith and obviously Dave Roberts, chipping in, and how it just doesn't sound good. And again, this is a quote from Dave Roberts that he's expecting Will Smith back, quote, sometime this year. Not sometime this week, not sometime this month, not sometime in August, sometime this year. That is terrifying. It's terrifying to think of Dalton Rushing. By the way, who's the backup behind Dalton Rushing right now? You know what I mean? Like, if Rushing gets hurt, where does this team go? I don't. Like I said, I almost feel like they need to make a move for a catcher. Dalton Rushing, over his last 53 games, hitting .221 with 3 home runs, 17 RBIs, and 45 strikeouts. That is a 9.2 home run pace and a 52 RBI pace. That's not good. This whole idea that Dalton Rushing's bat has been a boon for this Dodgers lineup is just straight up, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. We have to divorce ourselves of, early season Dalton Rushing. This is not a small sample. It's the last 53 games, guys. Dalton Rushing has not been a plus contributor at the dish at all. Over his last 53, that's 2 months. How much longer can we keep saying Dalton Rushing's been, a bonus for the Dodgers? He just hasn't. At the dish, he has not been good. Last 53 games, man. By the way, Dave Roberts also gave us an update on Kike Hernandez. Let's take a listen.
He quick healer, working hard to get back on the field. He's been around a lot, which is great, which is a credit to him as a teammate for the home games. He's excited, anxious to get back, and hopefully, he's working throughout the break, and he's not on the 60-day, which I thought he was, so that's a good thing for us, so we can get him back sooner than I thought. So I'm not sure when they plan on sending him out, but, hopefully he can get out and get back with us soon.
All right, so there was Dave Roberts on Kike Hernandez, who sounds like he's really close to coming back. He's been on the IL since May 27th with a left oblique strain. He has resumed taking live at-bats, and again, according to Dave Roberts, sounds like he's pretty close. Okay, more Dodger injury news coming up on the backside of this break. You're listening to the James Coe Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Yo! What's crackin', Los Angeles? It's your boy, James Coe. Man, we're having fun on a Monday. We got the YouTube stream going right now. If y'all want to check that out, man, go find it at The Fan LA. Donnie Boy 05 running rampant in the chat room right now. It's all good. And again, if you guys want to find The Fan LA on any of the social media channels, it's The Fan LA. If you want to call in, shoot, man, we'll take your calls on a Monday, beautiful Monday evening. Let's go. It's 855-97 LA fan. Let's get it going. We've given you updates on Will Smith. We've given you updates on Kike Hernandez. How about with Edwin Diaz? Again, after undergoing right elbow surgery to remove loose bodies in his pitching elbow, it sounds like Edwin Diaz is really close to returning, maybe as soon as the All-Star break is over. Regardless, here's Dave Roberts on Edwin Diaz.
We'll see. I think that the arm feels good, but there's also a command, a getting major league hitters out situation. We're going to make sure that he's ready to go before we put him at the back end of a major league game. I think that's fair to not only him, but also, our ball club.
If he's healthy, would you have any reluctance to have him come back in that Mets series?
He's got to be healthy and throwing the baseball the right way. Health is one thing, but also as a closer, you got to perform well, because
that's fine. Given
that's, I think for me, that's more on the training staff and kind of how the rehab guys see that, and also with Mark Pryor.
To give you a little bit of an update on Diaz and getting those live batters out, as Dave Roberts had mentioned, Diaz did have a rehab assignment in Ontario where he joined the Tower Buzzers. The Tower Buzzers. What an elite minor league ball club name that is. The Tower Buzzers. Had joined them on a rehab assignment, and he entered in the fourth inning. He struck out 2. He did allow a hit, but then that runner got thrown out. He got thrown out while trying to steal, I believe. Yep, got caught stealing to end that inning. So one clean inning here for Edwin Diaz. They're on a rehab assignment in Ontario. Man, by the way, the minor league ball club names continue to impress me. I always love minor league ball club names. And it reminded me of like how the NBA is, reportedly going back to Las Vegas, and they wanted to call their team the Jacks. The Jacks. I know they got the Aces, and they can't go with the Kings, obviously, because of Sacramento. So now they're going to go with the Jacks. My guys, what do we... As a matter of fact, a funnier name would have been the Tens. The Tens would have been fun. That would have been funnier. The Tens. It's like, yeah, we just got a bunch of Tens over here, bro. That's at least funnier. The Jacks is just lame. The Jacks? I mean, you're telling me, okay, so you can't be the Queens, obviously. Okay? The Aces are taken. The Kings are taken. You're going with Jacks. You're going with the fourth best card in a deck of cards. That's what we're doing?
I mean, you just kind of hit a couple puns right there with them being the Jacks. Like, you're the fourth best card with the fourth best team in the Pacific Division.
You know what I'm saying?
They'll be Pacific Division, right? Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, have we thought this through? Y'all are going to be the Jacks, which is, again, the fourth best card in a deck of cards. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, why? Why?
They could always be the Las Vegas Jackpot.
Sure.
You know what? That sounds like a 90s CBA name, actually.
Anything is better. I would rather have Jackpots. By the way, there's a coffee shop in Vegas called the Jackpots, which is great. I like that name. That's great. But I'm just saying, like, why the Jacks is so bad, bro? I mean, if you go with the Tens, at least it's like funny. At least we can have some humor off of this. The Jacks is just straight up boring, lame, and doesn't make any sense because it's the fourth best card in the deck of cards. Like, oh my God. Why? I just... What they should have done was they should have got some like minor league ball club, like, owners or something in there and be like, okay, what would you call this? Like, what's the teammate that you would go with? It'd be something funny like, like the Mud Hens or like, like, I don't know, something funny, It's like, yeah, I think UC Santa Barbara is known as the Banana Slugs, right? Like, give me something, like anything else other than the Jacks. That is just so lame, bro.
The strip Jacks.
Give me the Las Vegas Strips. I don't know what else to do.
Nickname is strippers. Everyone loves strippers.
The strippers are in the building, dude.
I mean, they do like rip off the button, like the snap warm ups.
Hey, you know what? You could have the Las Vegas Strips go to Atlanta and then have your Magic City promotion. Give me the Magic City promotion in Atlanta.
The Las Vegas Magic Jacks.
The Magic Jacks. You know what? I'm okay with that one too. Literally anything other than just the plain old boring Jacks.
If it was Jacks and it had like a prefix before it, it could probably work. If it was like the Las Vegas Golden Jacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we workshop it. Bill Foley, you owe us a consultation fee.
I mean, I just, the Jack is the fourth worst card. Is the fourth best card. I mean, just like, I don't know, man. I mean, shoot, maybe maybe you could call yourself the 10 Deuces. Like off that, the Doyle hand, the 10 Deuce. He won the WSOP with the 10 Deuce. That's not bad. I don't know, man. I think Jackpots is fine. The plain old Jacks is just that's such a bad name, dude. It's such a bad name. I don't get it. I do not get it. Speaking of the Dodgers, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow. Let's get you some updates in regards to these two pitchers as well. Snell, who has been on the injured list since May 15th with loose bodies in his left elbow, through his first live batting practice since having surgery, and that batting practice came on Saturday. He is expected to begin a rehab assignment after the All-Star break next weekend. That, according to MLB.com's Sonia Chen. Okay, so Blake Snell began the year on the IL with left shoulder fatigue. Then he had those loose bodies in the elbow. Remember, this is the same guy that spent much of 2025 on the IL as well, where he made just 11 starts. Meanwhile, Tyler Glasnow threw a fastball-only bullpen session on Friday. That was the first time since being shut down with a bad back. Glasnow has been sidelined since early May with lower back spasms. I'm just surprised by how long that injury has taken. And I know that back injuries can be tricky. And I know Glasnow has talked about, hey man, we try to ramp it up and then the back keeps spazzing out. And that's not good. And, Dave Roberts has talked about with all of these injuries, he kind of sort of gave it a little bit of a hat tip to, his team having a huge lead in the division and playing so well. And his thought has been, okay, we want these guys fully healthy to make a postseason run. We don't want to rush them back. The worst thing that could happen, and this is according to Dave Roberts, the worst thing that could happen is we bring them back too soon. It's July, they get re-injured, and now they're pretty much done for the regular season. That's what they don't want. They really want to start peaking in late September, right? To make that three-peat run. That's where the Dodgers are at right now. But still, though, these back spasms for Tyler Glasnow, that's not good, obviously. And Blake Snell, who has been mostly on the IL for much of 2025 and now much of 2026, is starting to come back. Loose elbows in the left elbow, man. So many loose bodies out there for the pitching staff. So it's been tough. Meanwhile, Dave Roberts did talk about Kyle Tucker and how Kyle Tucker has been making some strides there. As a matter of fact, Kyle Tucker himself has talked about how he has been making some strides.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of weeks on the bat, a lot better. I mean, even this series barreled up some balls that didn't go for a knock. I mean, lined out up the middle yesterday, flew out to the wall, and then the line out and fly out again today. I mean, those hit the ball well, just didn't go down for a hit. So, but the last couple of weeks felt a lot better. Controlled the strikes on a lot better, barreled up a lot more balls, so just didn't fall a little bit more.
What are the things that allowed you to maybe barrel up some more balls lately?
I don't know, just swinging at the right pitches and trying not to miss them. I mean, there's a lot of really good pitchers in this league, and pretty much all of them throw hard now, so it's a little tough, but you just got to go up there and just battle and just try and put the barrel on the ball and just try and keep the line moving.
What are your hopes and expectations for yourself and for the whole group in the second half?
Just continue what we did overall as a team in the first half. I mean, just continuing to try to play good baseball and win games, and then get ready for the playoffs at the end of the year. So just kind of build off the last couple of weeks for me and just try and carry it on in the second half and keep going from there.
All right, so Kyle Tucker sounds like he's getting a little bit of his confidence back. The one thing about Kyle Tucker that's so interesting, and I know this has been a talking point among a lot of Dodger fans and stuff like that, but he's not that personable of a dude. You know, he seems very businesslike. And that's kind of been his persona throughout the majors, right? Is that he just comes up, shows up to work, and just hits and rakes and does the things, you know? But you're certainly not, you know, I don't know, man. Like, you're just not, like, making a lot of fans. and look. At the end of the day, you just got to play well. If you play well, all that stuff, it don't matter, right? But, you know, Mookie Betts has been so personable that I think a lot of fans have been really, like, quick to kind of sort of overlook his early season struggles, and then he gets slid into the cleanup spot, and then, yeah, man, like, he's doing much better now, right? So it's good. By the way, Dave Roberts also chiming in on where Kyle Tucker is at.
I have. I mean, even I think more than that. I think that even there's a lot more hard contact. You know, I think he's taking really good at bats. And so, you know, I can recall, you know, even this last week, 4 or 5 lineouts, hard balls. So, yeah, I think he's in a much better spot.
So Dave Roberts feels and Kyle Tucker feels like, again, they're in a better spot, right? In a better spot. But at the end of the day, again, this is a player whose slugging is all the way down to 375. He's hitting 244. Obviously a career low, other than his rookie campaign. But he's hitting 244. He's a career 270 hitter. Right? His OPS is career 850. Right now it's 715. Slugging percentage, career 493. Right now, 375. Which is, again, other than his rookie season where he was 21 years old, that is a career low. These are all career low numbers, right? He's got 76 strikeouts right now through 91 games. He will far outpace. He's never struck out more than 95 times in a season. He's going to blow by that easily this year. So he's not seeing the ball that well. He's not hitting with power. He's just not making good contact. He is in the woods, is Kyle Tucker. But I'll tell you what, man, if he starts to really find his groove, how scary would that be? They've moved him down in the lineup. I almost wonder, and again, Pages is also scuffling just a bit. I talked about Dalton Rushing scuffling badly over his last 50 games. But yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see. If Kyle Tucker ends up finding his groove, would be really, really interesting to see. Over his last 15 games, Kyle Tucker is hitting 308. So yeah, he is coming around. He's hitting 308 over his last 15 games. He only has 1 home run in that span, so obviously that's not good. Only 7 RBIs as well, which is, again, not very good at all. But he is starting to make some contact here. And that's got to be the first step. That's got to be the first step. And it sounds like it sounds like Dave Roberts and Kyle Tucker feel a lot more confident as we sit here today on July 13th than they did earlier in the season when I felt like he was just absolutely in the woods. Absolutely in the woods. All right, so again, that's your Dodger update. Where they are at right now. One of the best records in baseball. One of the best offenses in baseball. Doing well. But some scary red flags, I think, when we're talking about injuries to Will Smith. Quote, will come back sometime this year. That dude does not sound like it's close at all, man. That's scary, dude. That is scary. Shohei Ohtani getting his knee drained, getting an injection in the knee. That's scary. You think about Kike Hernandez coming back. That's good. But again, where are Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow at? Glasnow still sounds like he is extremely far away. Blake Snell sounds like he's a lot closer. But still, though, if the bats after the All-Star break cool off and they start coming back to their historical averages, and the injuries to the pitching staff continue to haunt them, and Kyle Tucker can't find his groove, when we start talking about range of outcomes, the Dodgers right now look awesome. They look awesome. But there is a world, there is a path of destruction as well. And look, I'm not trying to be the crazy, scary, sports talk radio guy trying to drum up phone calls. That's not what I do. That's not what I just want to at least lay out the possibility of downside risk. That's all. Now the upside, we know what the upside risk is. They already have the best record in baseball, and then all these guys get healthy and they all start raking. The pitchers are pitching. I mean, then what? This might be, again, the other side of it is that they become the most dominant team in baseball by a country mile. Right now, they're the best team in baseball. The Braves are giving them a look. Milwaukee's in the mix. So they still feel human, right? But certainly, if everyone gets healthy and they just start going bonkers, Pages gets hot, Mookie starts to come back to form, Kyle Tucker comes back to form. I mean, they're just going to blow out teams. That's also in the range of outcomes and the range of possibilities. So again, I'm not trying to be a fear-mongerer. That's not what I'm trying to do. But you have to be realistic with where the Dodgers are at right now, too. They're certainly overperforming. They are. And I know everyone says, hey, listen, they've got a $2 billion payroll and this, that, and that. I get it. Look, I understand. I get it. So much of this roster is injured. And if Shohei, his injury ends up being a big-time loss on the pitching side, again, knee drained. He says it hurts more to pitch than it is to bat, obviously. Guy skipped his rotation in the pitching. Still came out leadoff home run. Come on. So he can still hit. He can still do the thing. It's just, if you start to lose that much weight on the pitching staff, no Glasnow, no Snell, no Ohtani, Edwin Diaz slow to come back. This is, again, and Justin Robleski has been amazing. I'm just saying, Dodgers starting to run out of some bodies now. They're really starting to run light on some bodies. I know the team can't lose with Eric Lauer. I'm just saying. Listen, he might come back to earth now. And we know Roki's been scuffling, man. So, again, it's just something to keep an eye on. I don't know what the temperature check is right now. Obviously, they have exceeded expectations given all of their injuries. Not exceeded their preseason expectations because obviously everyone's expecting them to win. I'm just saying exceeded expectations when it comes in relation to the number of injuries that they have sustained. And if they can continue to do that and then get these guys who are having slumping seasons in Mookie Betts and Kyle Tucker, if those guys start to get hot, man, this team can go absolutely nuclear. I tell you what, Kate, let's take a break here. Take a break a little bit early. When we come back, it's going to be an NBA roundup. A lot of news from the association. A lot of news surrounding the Lakers as well. That's coming up on the backside of the break. You're listening to the James Coe Show right here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Yo, what's cracking, everybody? James Coe here with you on the new 97.1 The Fan. Man, we're having a good time, man. My producer Kane was surprised that the Home Run Derby is on Netflix. I want to know what do you guys think, man? 855-97 LA Fan. How do we feel about the Home Run Derby being on Netflix, man?
You know what? We used to be a proper country, and things would come on basic cable television.
Not even basic cable. It would just come on the networks.
Just on antenna television.
Exactly.
Big UHF,
Exactly.
VHF
Right.
energy.
Yeah.
I really miss Chris Berman. I know that sounds crazy to say, but
no, it doesn't sound crazy. It does not sound crazy at all.
Like memories of our youth.
Yeah.
Memories. We don't have that. Everything is just so hard to find.
It's so segmented now. I mean, it's like on 17 different channels and outlets and all that kind of stuff, you know. But again, Netflix, I found this thought to be interesting. You talk about how, you know, it used to be easy to find. The Home Run Derby used to just be on Big ESPN or when Fox had it, you know, you could find it on Big Fox. Per Austin Karp, a reporter for the Sports Business Journal, Netflix is in around 90 million U.S. homes now, which is 30 to 40 million more than linear cable. How do you like that? If you want to talk about, you know, changing of the times and all that kind of stuff, man. 90 million households have Netflix. That's 30 to 40 million more than linear cable. So linear cable is in around 50 to 60 million. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I agree with what you're saying, Kane, that they should make it easier to find and that kind of stuff. Like, again, I was with you. I was surprised that I really was. I was surprised that the Home Run Derby was going to be on Netflix. That being said, does your opinion change or does my opinion change knowing that Netflix is actually more accessible than linear cable TV?
It's about the ways you have to find it, the path to the destination.
Yeah.
With television, you turn on your TV, use your remote, and put in either a number, 2 to 3 digits, and boom, you are on the channel.
Yeah.
Now you have to turn on the TV, click on the app, click on your profile.
I know.
Click on, if it's not on the front page, search for it, click on it, wait for it to buffer, depending on your internet.
Get that thing to buffer, dude.
And then hopefully it starts at the beginning or starts somewhere where you can watch it and it doesn't buffer. There's a lot of people who aren't going to watch it today because there's going to buffer or it's going to be on like 5-second, 10-second delay.
Well, I mean, the delay for the Home Run Derby doesn't matter. I don't think that matters. If you're doing a whole second screen experience, maybe that matters, but that seems too Gen Z-ish anyways. You know, the people who are going to care are not doing the second screen thing. You know what I'm saying?
They're doing box scores with peanuts and Cracker Jacks at their foot.
Yeah, they still got newspaper shoes on. You know what I'm saying? They still got them newspapers wrapped around their feet.
You know, that Ty Cobb could manage.
No, it's interesting to me, though. It's obviously a shifting demographic, no question. And baseball demographics have always tended older. And it's because of that, even though the fact that Netflix is in around 90 million homes versus, 50 to 60 million for linear cable TV, it's still because of where the audience is coming from, which is older, you would think, than most people with Netflix. At least the average age of Netflix users versus the average watcher of the Home Run Derby. I think we can safely assume that it is that crowd watching Netflix is much younger. And it's because of that where you think, okay, maybe that's where there's a little bit of a disservice, you know? If baseball's demographic is older, and it is, then it feels like a little bit of a disservice to shift it over to Netflix. That being said, I think I understand where Major League Baseball is going. I think especially when you look at these Jake Paul fights that have been on Netflix and how they've crushed and how they've, generated incredible interest, right? People want to hate on Jake Paul, and he is a somewhat unsavory character. But there is no denying his positive impact on the sport of boxing. He has drawn in a number of fans to a sport that is, quite frankly, is dying. And it's not dying because of lack of talent. There's a lot of great fighters. And man, let me tell you something. This new era with Ryan Garcia and all them boys, they're starting to fight each other now. And we didn't get that in the Floyd Mayweather era. Floyd was a great fighter. I actually don't know how great of a fighter he is because he wouldn't fight guys. He's an amazing fighter. I have no idea how amazing he is because he wouldn't fight guys. He waited until Manny Pacquiao was in the back nine of his career before they actually fought. Go argue with your mother if you disagree. Manny Pacquiao had been fading at that point before Floyd Mayweather finally took that fight. And Floyd, for his part, has only fought really not that many great fighters. I struggle to think about any fighter that he's fought in their prime that was a grade A stone cold assassin killer.
Zab Judah?
And yeah, he fought Zab Judah. Guess what? They had to cheat to win that fight.
Was that the one where they threw the chair in the ring?
A lot of things happened. I don't care what anyone tells you. Floyd Mayweather absolutely needs to have been disqualified from that fight. His uncle came in the ring to disrupt that fight because he was hurt. Because Floyd was hurt.
There's somebody from Judah's corner.
Zab hurt Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's trainer came in the ring. He needed to have been disqualified right then and there. That was absurd. That was ridiculous. There was an in-ring fight. Zab Judah was literally fighting guys that were not Floyd in the ring. People from Floyd's camp started to crowd and bum rush Zab Judah. I love that you brought up Zab. Zab was in his prime.
Zab might be like one of the only guys, I think, though. It was like toe for toe. That was Pretty Boy Floyd, though.
I mean,
that wasn't money. That was Pretty Boy.
Like I said, he got hurt. Again, Oscar De La Hoya was well past his prime. All these other legendary fighters that he fought, they were, just insanely past their primes. And they took the fight because it's a payday. So good on them, but go through Floyd's resume. Tell me where he fought an absolute stone cold assassin killer in his prime. And by the way, Zab's not a stone cold, he's a good fighter, a really good fighter. But you can't tell me Zab's an all-time great. It's just not the case. It's just not the case. So, I don't know, man. It's, like I said, the sport of boxing in and of itself is dying not because these guys aren't good. They're very good. Shakur Stevenson, one of the best in the business. He's not fighting anybody because he just went to Zuffa. How do you even watch his fights? On Paramount Plus? I literally have no idea. I honestly, truly, honestly have no... You talk about being segmented, that you don't know where to find the home run. I don't know. I love boxing. I've been boxing for a decade plus. I used to coach boxing before I took this job at nighttime. I love the sport. Truly, honestly, I do. I don't know where the hell to find Shakur Stevenson, his next fight. He's on Zuffa. He's on Zuffa Boxing. I literally have no idea. Where are they going to air this thing? I have no clue. And you're saying, yeah, you could just Google it. Google is free. I get it. Google is free. Why do I need to Google it? It used to be a thing where it's like, oh, Floyd's fighting, you know it's on Showtime. Manny's fighting, you know it's on HBO. That's just not the case now. This is not the case. All these dudes, man, I have no clue. I have no clue. DAZN? Listen, guys, I don't want to spend $30 a month. DAZN is more expensive than Netflix and Disney Plus combined. That's an outrageous price. And I love the sport of boxing. Love it. But you're telling me I got to pay more than Netflix and Disney Plus combined, and then on the best fights, I still have to pay pay-per-view. That's a ripoff. I'm sorry, but it is. I'm sorry, but it is. If you're wondering why boxing is dying, that's why. Smart consumers like me don't want to pay up. Guys, I'm rich. I don't want to pay that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? It has nothing to do with just, if I covered the sport, sure. Would I pay? Yeah, I'd pay. I just watch it for fun. It's one of the last sports I truly just watch for fun. I don't cover it at all. It's one of the last sports I truly, honestly just watch for fun. And now I have to rely on Turkey Al-Sheikh to post these fights to YouTube. Like a week later. That's the only way I watch these fights. I guess you could watch it illegally. I'm not doing that though. I'm a proper gentleman, dude. I'm not trying to fire up these crazy illegal streams, dog. Like that's not what I do. I guess I could. I just don't do. I know some of y'all at home listen and be like, "Oh man, James don't know." Listen, I know. I know about these sites, dog. Okay. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to. I want to be a proper gentleman about this. Okay. I don't know.
Just got a VPN into Kazakhstan.
I don't want to VPN it to Albania, dude. Like that's not where I want to do. And I have a VPN, but I don't want a VPN. Like I said, man, it's just so. The sport's dying because it's so hard to find these fights, man. And these guys are good. Like, these guys are great. I love it. I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh, the Home Run Derby on Netflix.
Which is currently in the final round.
Yes.
Kyle
Schwarber's launching them.
Has 11, and we're waiting for Jordan Walker to get his.
I think Jordan Walker just won it, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, Jordan Walker, if you guys have not seen Jordan Walker play, right now, dude, fire up your Netflix and go watch the Home Run Derby with Jordan. He's got some serious Ken Griffey vibes right now. He's got that like nice, super smooth, long swing. He's got the backwards baseball cap going right now. Dude, listen, Jordan Walker's he's got some serious Ken Griffey vibes. If there's any winner, true winner, coming out of the Home Run Derby, it's this guy.
Correct. Jordan Walker, 2026 Home Run Derby champion.
I'm telling you, bro.
For the culture.
Fire up Netflix and rewind the Home Run Derby. Watch it from the beginning. I'm telling you, Jordan Walker's got some Ken Griffey vibes, dude. It's pretty dope, actually. All right, I tell you what. I went down a path I was not expecting to do. I didn't get to any NBA news.
MLB Home Run Derby, man.
Dog, that's so bad, man.
American Pie.
What am I doing, dude? No NBA. I said after the break, NBA news. I gave you literally zero NBA news. Damn.
You can watch the NBA on streaming and on Netflix. One of them streamers. So there we go. It's tied in.
Okay, we tie it all in. Anyways, we take a break when we come back. I swear, this time we're talking about NBA news. That's coming up after the break. You're listening to the James Koh Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. James Coe here with you. Having a grand old time on a Monday evening. The Home Run Derby just wrapped up. Kyle Schwarber, the hometown guy, Kyle Schwarber, made a run of it. Ultimately fallen, though. Man, like I said, Jordan Walker put on a show. Put on an absolute show. He had the backward cap going. He's got that nice smooth swing. He was launching bombs out there, man. Some serious Ken Griffey vibes. And then he got the home. Dude, did you see the chain? The chain that they gave him was so sick.
Fire.
It was so sick. It was it was that Philadelphia Phillies Liberty Bell, but it had home run champ on there. That is so. I don't think those diamonds are real.
I was trying to see if the diamonds were dancing, like the ruby red slippers glistening.
I don't think so, because that made it look like that would be like a $300,000 chain.
I mean, he's going to need armed security walking out of Philly with that.
So maybe I'm wrong, dude. I don't know, man, but it didn't. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But it was an awesome looking chain, though, man. It looks so good. Oh, man. Okay, let's talk the NBA. I promised you the NBA, you're going to get the NBA, which is great. The Lakers signed Nets forward Zaire Williams to a 1-year, $3 million deal. Williams is originally from the LA area. He played high school ball with Bronny James at Sierra Canyon High School in Chatsworth. For the moment, we will assume that Bronny stays on the Lakers because he is signed to the Lakers. We will assume that Zaire Williams is reuniting with his high school teammate in Bronny James. Pretty good. This is a former top 10 pick out of Stanford. He's been with Memphis and Brooklyn. He's just 25 years old. As a matter of fact, he's not even 25 yet. He's still 24. He's turning 25 in September. So this is his age 25 season. Now, last year, actually over the last 2 years, he's averaging about 23 minutes per game, just 10 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 1.2 steals, which is pretty good given the limited number of minutes that he's playing. So again, we're talking about a guy that could give you, small forward, power forward minutes and play some defense. Now, the offense, very much a work in progress, 42% from the field, 34% from beyond the arc. The 34% is fine. I think that's a totally acceptable number. If he wants to be a bigger contributor for the Lakers, that number needs to move up by a few percentage points. We want to see that get up to 37, 38%. And then still chip in on that defensive side. Then all of a sudden we're talking about a guy that they signed for like the minimum, giving you 3-and-D minutes. That's pretty good. I don't know if he cracks this rotation quite yet. But again, I like the fact that he's a former top 10 player. I like the fact that he's coming back to Los Angeles. He grew up in this area. I think he grew up in Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least spent part of his childhood in Lancaster. I'm not sure. But he's a Southern California kid. Like I said, went to Sierra Canyon High School in Chatsworth. So getting some of that hometown motivation can sometimes be good for a player. Obviously, a change in scenery for him. Will he get 23 minutes a game? I don't think so. Mostly because, again, this is a team that seems a little heavy on forwards right now. So I don't think so. Because Jake LaRavia is going to play some minutes. Cam Carr, the rookie, expected to play some, 3-and-D minutes here as well. So how much of an opportunity will Zaire Williams get? I don't know. We'll see. But I tell you what, if the quote-unquote Dodgerification of the Lakers continue, they will obviously bring around some player development. Player development for guys like Cam Carr and former top 10 pick Zaire Williams, I think would be huge and critical. That would be awesome. In more Los Angeles Laker news, how about new Laker Mamu Kelishvili, Sandro Mamu Kelishvili, a.k.a. Mamu. He's got a big old Kobe tattoo. I actually didn't know this. Ken, did you know that Mamu had a Kobe tattoo, bro?
This is news to me. This is how I discovered. Once he joined the team, I didn't care if he had a Kobe tattoo before he got here. I don't think we knew he did. I was like, well, he just got it, right? Nah, like, he was on other franchises with a Kobe tattoo.
Yeah, man, it's interesting. Okay, so now Mamu, I guess, was born in New York City, but he grew up in the country of Georgia, not the state of Georgia. He grew up in the country of Georgia, and then later played high school ball in Florida. So crazy name, but he's been a world traveler here as well. But he has a Kobe tattoo. He talked to reporters earlier and talked about why he got the Kobe tattoo.
Growing up, watching Kobe and all these players, Lakers is a household name, and it's unbelievable to be here and then have a jersey with my last name. I got a Mamba mentality tattoo. I just love his mindset, and growing up, I used to always say Mamu mentality. So, it's a little far from each other, but, we get it closer. I think I got that tattoo in 2018, my second year in college. I was motivated. I was trying to, find a way to get to where I am and find my way into the league. And I understood it won't be an easy journey, but, I just got to keep my head down and keep working. Dude,
the Mamu mentality is so elite. I can tell, man. I'm telling you, the fans are going to love this guy, man. I'm telling you. And people are really mixed on the signing, right? Because they gave him a 4-year deal and they gave him a lot of guaranteed minutes. And, Mamu, and he's a one-dimensional player. He's not good defensively because he's too small to guard bigs. He's too slow to guard wings. But, man, offensively, this guy can get it done. He's a great outside shooter. He can really put the rock on the ground, dribble it out to the rack, man. This is offensively, he's about as much as you want from a guy who's not going to be, one of your top 2 or 3 players. Offensively, he's going to be a real big-time contributor for the Lakers. Now, defensively, let's see if we can work on some lateral movement. But, man, Mamu mentality, dog, the fans are going to love this guy. I love, and Kane, I've been saying it for a while now, even before he signed here. I've been saying I love this signing for the Lakers. Even before he signed, I said, hey, the Lakers should go and get Mamu. He signed with the Lakers. And I love the signing in a vacuum, like I said, but man, Mamu mentality, bro. Mamu mentality. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. Speaking of Mamu and the Lakers, well, more just about the Lakers. Jonathan Kuminga. Wow, listen, the Lakers landing Jonathan Kuminga was always a bit of a long shot. Right now, it doesn't sound good. Here's NBA reporter Jake Fisher. We got this sound on Jake Fisher? Okay, all right. Well, we're efforting that. We'll give you that sound after the break. But right now, it doesn't sound like Jonathan Kuminga will be coming to the Lakers, mostly because they can't afford him. Or at least what Kuminga's camp wants, the Lakers certainly can't afford, because Kuminga and his camp, they want $25 million a year. Atlanta was like, nah, dog, $25 million, that's a pipe dream, bro. That's not happening. The Lakers reportedly try to offer him a 2-year $20, well below with what he wants. Well below. So it sounds like they're out of the running here. And again, by the way, they did sign Zaire Williams. Now, for them to get anywhere close to $25 million, obviously that's a little cap, right? He's not going to get 25. There's just no room on anyone's budget right here. They'd have to sign and trade for him. And if the Lakers did do that, I could see them maybe getting up to $15 million. We'll see. I tell you what, man. When we come back, we got more NBA stuff, and this latest bit from Draymond Green is just gross, man. I don't like it. I tell you what, the Draymond controversy and the Udonis Haslem beef, the details coming up after the break. What is cracking, everybody? Yeah! It's your boy. It's James Coe. It's your boy. Behind the glass, it's Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the chats, it's Donnie Boy. In the chats, it's David Horse. In the chats. Who else we got in here, man? Who else we got in here? Somebody else. Wayne Mulholland, who's always in the chats, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We're getting into a little argument. Me and Donnie Boy here. I said that Walker was giving them Ken Griffey vibes with the backwards hat and that, the bombs, right? Big ups to him. Won a pretty dope chain. And Donnie Boy says, nah, man, he's a Cardinals fan. He says, nah, not even remotely close to Ken Griffey. I said, man, come on. It's that same energy. I'm just talking about vibes. I'm just talking about energy, bro. That's all I'm talking about. Donnie Boy also said that his Netflix cut off during the stream, dude. This is what you were talking about, Ken. Like,
score 1 point.
Come on, man.
For the cable guy.
Come on.
Would have never happened on traditional basic cable television.
Hey, listen, that would have never happened. Never would have happened, bro. I hear that, man. You know what's better than the home run derby? Giving away free stuff. Yeah. We are giving away Monster Jam tickets. If you or yours are into monster trucks, yeah, I got some Monster Jam tickets. Nothing compares to the one and only Monster Jam. With awesome trucks, amazing stunts, big air, action-packed excitement, it's the definition of fun for everyone. See the world's most popular trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. You can't get this kind of wow just anywhere. Once you experience Monster Jam live, you'll become a fan for life. I tell you what, we're giving away these Monster Jam tickets. I want you to be caller number 4. We'll take caller number 4 at 855-97-LA-FAN. Again, that's 855-97-LA-FAN. We're taking caller number 4 if you want tickets to Monster Jam. Let's get it. We were talking a lot about the NBA and the Lakers, Jonathan Kuminga, that latest bit. But it sounds like the market for Jonathan Kuminga is cooling off rapidly. And let me just say this, man. Their agents, or Jonathan Kuminga's agents, I think played themselves. I do. Here is NBA insider who works with Mark Stein. Here's NBA insider Jake Fisher on Jonathan Kuminga.
The Lakers continue to be connected to Jonathan Kuminga, but the longer they don't come to an agreement on a deal, they being the Lakers and Jonathan Kuminga's representation, it does kind of seem like the iron is losing its hotness, and people are naturally wondering what potential secondary wing options could the Lakers look at.
Yeah, it's just, I think at this point in the offseason where most of the money has been given away and all this kind of stuff, man, like it's just, yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know what his representation is thinking. And Kuminga, for his part, has been an incredibly up and down player. I just, look, when you watch Kuminga highlights, you see the upside. And the upside is tantalizing, man. Athletic wing, can get after it defensively, can create his own shot off the bounce, but he doesn't bring that effort level every single night. If he does, we're looking at a potential all-star. That is the athletic gifts that he has. His athleticism just explodes off the screen when you watch him play, and he's engaged and he wants to make plays. And man, I tell you, man, those two games that the Hawks beat the New York Knicks in the playoffs, Kuminga was a driving force behind that. But he just doesn't get enough minutes because why? The effort level is not consistent. And that was a problem in Golden State. I think that was a problem. Injuries obviously hampered that effort level in Atlanta, but still, people don't want to hear about the injuries, man. They want to know, did you perform? And in Atlanta, he did, again, he came out gangbusters, then got a little hurt, and then his effort levels again, his output again became extremely inconsistent. As a matter of fact, extremely inconsistent in the postseason as well. If he put together 6 or 7 just great games in the postseason, he would have been one of the hottest free agents out there. And again, he would have been restricted. As a matter of fact, Atlanta would have been hard-pressed to keep him too. But he could have got paid. He could have got paid, he could have got paid Walker Kessler money here. If he had put together 6 or 7 or 8 just banger games in the postseason. And you want to talk about how the NBA landscape would have been completely different. Can you imagine if Atlanta, who, by the way, Atlanta gave New York their toughest challenge all postseason, including the Spurs. That's crazy. And those wins that they collected, a lot of that was driven by Jonathan Kuminga. Imagine, what if? Marvel's got what if. The NBA needs to have their own what if. What if Jonathan Kuminga just came out gangbusters and helped Atlanta beat the New York Knicks? The narrative on Jonathan Kuminga would have been completely different, man. Completely and utterly different. But right now, again, the team, they declined their team option. He's a, unrestricted free agent. And, man, it just, like I said, his agents, I think, played themselves. You can't wait this long into the process and figure out where you want to go. They need to have been out there quick. We got a winner. We got a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Mike in Sylmar. Mike in Sylmar, congratulations for winning those Monster Jam tickets. That's awesome. I love that. Monster Jam's pretty cool, man. Gravedigger.
I mean, it's one of those things you go to and it's like, man, it's pretty cool to kind of see those cars flipping around and what. Oh, wait, that's just on the 405? I mean, it's a rally just getting to the
event. Hey, let me tell you something. Mike and Sylmar, bring some earplugs, though. It is insanely loud. It's crazy how loud it gets.
Decibels on fleek, indeed, yes.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So, yeah, bring some earplugs, man. You will thank me. So, the market right now for Jonathan Kuminga doesn't look that good. Let me say this about the Warriors and the fuel behind some of these LeBron rumors, man. The Warriors hired Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel? Come on now. Frank Vogel's the coach that helped LeBron and the Lakers win a title in 2020. Is that something or is that nothing? Dude, to me, that's something. That is something. I like it. I like that a lot, as a matter of fact. Now, there was some thought here. Draymond Green, speaking of the Warriors, Draymond Green made his pitch to LeBron. This flies in the face of the Carolina Cupcakes report? The Carolina Cupcakes report? That said it's a done deal, baby. That LeBron and Draymond and Bronny, they're coming to Cleveland, dog. I love that. Here's Draymond making his pitch to LeBron, supposedly to come to the Warriors.
I'd be remiss if I don't take the opportunity to throw my pitch in there. I'd be crazy if we're together for X amount of days and at no point am I like, yo, we need to chop it up. What the hell going on? What are we doing? Of course I did that. And of course the pitch was crazy. I think I'm pretty decent at it. Does it change anything? Does it make anything happen? I don't know. I hope so. With the things that I shared in it, it definitely is going to make the brain work a little bit. I don't think there's a decision that's been made, but say if there was, it'll make you think twice about it.
I mean, the fact that Draymond didn't have to send a voice note is pretty powerful. Didn't send a voice note, dude. Just talk to him directly like a human. What are you doing out here, dude? Didn't you hear you had to send voice notes, dude? What you mean? You can't be talking to LeBron straight away like a normal human. That's not allowed. You got to send.
Who are you, a person?
Well, who are you? Who do you think you are? Talking to LeBron like a person, like a human being. That doesn't make any sense at all. No, but hey, one of the big, speaking of Draymond, man, like, and I think this was from the same show, by the way, in regards to Draymond here, but one of the big controversies, certainly during Summer League, obviously, was this Bam Adebayo punching out Tyler Hero. And again, we don't know the level, but elite sound, by the way. We don't know what actually went down. It's all conjecture and rumor. Okay, there was a fight. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. But Draymond decided to make that fight about himself. Somehow, someway, Draymond Green saw the Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero scuffle, which, by the way, there's no video of that we know of quite yet. I'm sure TMZ will get their hands on it somehow. But there's no video as of yet. And somehow, someway, Draymond Green decided to insert himself into this conversation, and in doing so, called out former Miami Heat player Udonis Haslem.
And I remember one person when the Jordan Poole incident happened with me who was really, really, really outspoken about it, who like everyone else didn't have a ton of context because you weren't there, but was really outspoken about it. And it really bothered me was Udonis Haslem. And the reason it really bothered me is because, man, everybody can have an opinion and your opinion is what your opinion is. But, I saw Udonis Haslem get into it with guys on teams that was younger than him before, a la Jimmy Butler. I had seen that before, and then he came out and he like, that's ridiculous. You get into it with your young guy. I can't believe you did that. And it really bothered me because I was like, damn, man, like, so this dude ain't never been in practice where somebody get into a fight. He ain't never got into a fight in practice. Maybe not. He been in Miami the whole time. Maybe they don't have fights in their practice. The heat, what is it? Heat culture or heat way or, maybe they don't have fights. Like, it really threw me for a loop because, I don't really care what most people say, but when I have respect for certain guys, it does matter, when you have respect for guys. And so when I saw that, I was just like, damn, man, this dude doing what everybody else doing, acting like and so when I first saw this, I was like, damn, this is two young guys Udonis Haslem raised. And yeah, they not on the same team no more, but if you raise this young guy in the light of what you were saying about me, and now he punches this other young guy that y'all kind of co-raised, are you going to have that same energy? And the reality is I don't really want him to have the same energy because I love Bam. That's my brother. Love Bam. It's my dog. Won a gold medal together. So I actually wouldn't want, someone even had that same energy towards Bam. However, I just was wondering, like, man, I wonder what Udonis Haslem going to say, because Tyler Hero, who's from Milwaukee like Jordan Poole, who has a lot of bravado as a young guy like Jordan Poole, who probably says some very disrespectful things like Jordan Poole. And I just wonder, like, man, I wonder if he gonna have that same energy. That was my thoughts.
I don't even know what to say, dude. This is so outrageous and just so not connected with reality. It's incredible to me. You know? Listen, Draymond literally, when he says when you fight a guy in practice, I'm sorry, man. Like, he's glossing over the fact that he sucker punched a guy in the noggin. Like, you just straight up knocked a dude out. When you're talking about fighting in practice, normal people, when they talk about fighting in practice, are talking about like arguments or like a shoving match, right? Or like a screaming match, face to face, man to man. What they are not talking about, Draymond Green, they are not talking about sucker punching a guy out of nowhere. Where, by the way, you outweigh him by like 100 pounds, dude. What are we doing? To even remotely bring up these two things as even remotely similar to your situation is insane. It's absolutely... Again, we don't even know what actually went down, but we did see video of Draymond Green literally sucker punching Jordan Poole. And then immediately playing the victim card. Did you see? By the way, did you hear that in the audio there? He took the victim card again. He was the victim. Jordan Poole talks a lot of trash and disrespectfully to Draymond Green. Thus, Draymond Green punched him, sucker punched him. I can't say this enough. He sucker punched him. You didn't go up to him man to man, start shoving and shouting and then punched him. No. You waited till he was completely defenseless and you sucker punched him. That is, again, we don't totally know the Bam Tyler Hero situation, but apparently they saw each other, words were spoken, and Bam punched him. That's what's being reported. What's not being reported is that, was he sucker punched? No. They saw each other on some practice court or something, I guess. They had an argument and then punches were thrown. It's just so different. By the way, they're not on the same team now, by the way. Also different. Also different. I'll tell you what else is different. Tyler Hero is not coming out with like victim quotes where he's the victim. I'll tell you what else is different. Bam Adebayo not coming out with victim quotes. He punched Tyler Hero. You're not hearing from Bam talking about like, well, you know, the way the media is talking about me, the way that Tyler Hero treated me. I mean, what is so crazy about this whole situation is, and by the way, Udonis absolutely clapped back and just like destroyed him. But Draymond is doing all this and he doesn't accept the fact that he's in the wrong. He gave his apology lip service and that's it. If he truly, honestly was regretful about that situation, he would not be bringing it up in the way that he is bringing it up currently. That's what just is, again, divorced of reality. Draymond can sit there and tell you that he's sorry for what happened and he regrets what happened. His actions tell you something else entirely. Again, when he speaks on this incident, it is that Jordan Poole was disrespectful. When he speaks on this incident, it is Udonis Haslem somehow wronged me. That is the point of view of Draymond Green. Does that sound like somebody who is regretful and remorseful about sucker punching his teammate? No, it doesn't. When he talks about Udonis Haslem, it is, how did Udonis Haslem wrong me? That's how he's talking. That is not the voice of somebody who is regretful about what happened at all. At all. If you truly were, you would say to yourself, you know what, man? I deserved whatever anyone said about me because I was in the wrong. That's how you go about being truly regretful. He's never done that. He's always played the victim where he is the victim in this. He has been wronged. It's absolutely nothing happened to Draymond. Legitimately nothing happened to Draymond. Legitimately nothing. Jordan Poole got kicked off the team because Draymond punched him. What? That is wild.
Sit that boy to basketball Siberia, the Washington Wizards.
Wild. And Draymond somehow believes he is the victim in all this. Because people rightfully said that is wrong. What you did is wrong. And he's the victim. Wild. How he is inserting himself into this Bam Tyler Hero story is truly insane to me. Truly, truly insane. I can't wrap my mind around what, like, how do you do this? I really can't wrap my mind around it. It's baffling to me. Shocking. Udonis literally, yes, criticized you. Yes, he did. And you're telling him to keep the same energy with Bam and Tyler Hero. It's completely different. It is completely and utterly different. Not even remotely similar. Crazy. And by the way, that's what Udonis said. It's like, it's not even remotely similar situations, man. Not even remotely. What are we doing out here? Crazy. And by the way, when I say nothing happened to Draymond legitimately could have been charged with assault. And I know what you're saying, like, well, you just don't do that in sports. Okay, that's fair, but that was so wild and so out of bounds of regular sports scuffles that, again, if Jordan Poole wanted to press charges, he absolutely was in his right to do so. He didn't and got shipped off to basketball Siberia. Nothing happened to Draymond, not a thing. And he was 100% in the wrong. And he's victimizing himself. It's just, crazy. Insane behavior. I don't get it. All right. I tell you what, we are fast approaching the 9 o'clock hour. By the way, I didn't even say, guys, we're only on till 9 o'clock. And then, a All-Star Game special is going to be airing between the 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock hour. So again, short show tonight. We appreciate everyone jumping in. We got a couple more segments here coming up. I'm going to be talking about these Kevin Durant rumors. And shoot, man, I'll tell you, I got more basketball news too because, man, Cap Circumvention possibly happening in Milwaukee. I'll explain on the backside of this break on the James Coast Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Yo! What up, Los Angeles? Just 30 more minutes, man. It's crazy how fast this show went by. When you do a show for 4 hours and all of a sudden it gets cut down to 3, I don't even know what to do with myself. It goes by so quick. It's crazy, man.
It would have went by quicker if you started the show just by doing a flying knee kick that you've never done before in any type of vessel of your life. Would have got out of here in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I would have been up and out of here. I could have got paid too. Well,
still would have got paid. Yeah,
that's great. It would have been amazing. One of the big storylines in Los Angeles is can I say pending? I don't know. Myles Garrett return to Los Angeles, potentially. The Aaron Donald potential return here to Los Angeles. Myles Garrett posted his signed Aaron Donald jersey on Instagram with the caption, "Unpacking," and the shrug emoji. I think Myles Garrett, look, if anyone's going to know, Myles Garrett is going to know. I don't think Myles Garrett is going to find out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Aaron Donald is going to reach out to his boy, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's going to know before the Twitter fam. That's just my thought. Myles Garrett putting on the Aaron Donald jersey on Instagram with the caption "Unpacking," shrug emoji. I'm just saying, that's not nothing. That is something. Aaron Donald, 35 years old. He played 10 years in the NFL. He last suited up in 2023. 2 years away from the game, but golly, my boy has kept in shape. Aaron Donald looks like an absolute beast. By the way, when he left, there was no downturn in his game. None. In 2023, he was an all-star. He was first-team All-Pro. First-team All-Pro, y'all. In 2023. Then he's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to hang it up. Even 70% Aaron Donald is still an absolute stud. Stud. I'll tell you what, Mark Schlereth was on earlier with Brock and Alex, and he's got some thoughts. He definitely thinks that Aaron Donald is coming back.
How real do you think this Aaron Donald comeback actually could be?
Oh, I think it's 100%. I think it's done. And it frightens me. Like Aaron Donald for years, the best football player I've ever watched play. The dude is unbelievable from a leverage, a quickness, a strength combination. There's always something, and I always think about it and put myself in that perspective if I had to block Aaron Donald. And talking about Aaron Donald is like he has got a skill set that nobody else at that position has ever had. And I just thought he was the best football player in the National Football League for multiple years. Even when he retired, I still thought he was the best player. And now all of a sudden, if you couple him on one side, I mean, it just is not, it's not fair. You put those two just war daddies on one side of the line of scrimmage, it's just not fair.
And I tell you what, reports out of ESPN, I think the reports out of ESPN with both Jeremy Fowler and Adam Schefter, it's really interesting because I think they did two things. They were trying to downplay it, but in downplaying it, they also added fuel to the fire, man. Okay, this was Jeremy Fowler talking about the reports of Aaron Donald and his recent sighting at the Rams facility working out.
Aaron Donald, I'm told, has not made a decision about his future as to whether to play this year, and that he does work out of the Rams facility off and on really over the last few years since he's been retired. So there's no hard news here. As last I checked, the Rams hadn't made any sort of firm contract offer. Now, the Rams are leaning into this possibility. When you talk to people there, they're not denying it. They're sort of open. Well, they're certainly open to the idea. Donald seems open to the idea. People in the NFC, executives, coaches are asking around, like, is this really going to happen? Could be a situation where he comes in like a sniper mid to late season, skip training camp, come in, get some sacks with Myles Garrett.
I think that part of it is really interesting, right? Like the fact that he'll come in as a late season addition to the LA Rams. And I think that would make sense too, right? But I'll tell you what, given Aaron Donald's history, I can't see him coming in like week 8 and just saying, yeah, it's cool, I'll play now, right? Like, I really don't see that. I think if he plays, I think he's ramping up now. And it's July 13th, right? So if he's ramping up his body to play in the first week of September, you would start that process now. And I love the fact that Jeremy Fowler says, well, he works out there regularly. But in the same breath says the Rams would open it. Aaron Donald is open to it. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. You can't say that it's not news when it's news. It's absolutely news. I get the point of view from Jeremy Fowler, which is like, listen, he does this. Yeah, but he doesn't do this with this context. That's why this is news. You could sit there and tell me that he does work out regularly at the Rams facility, which, by the way, I don't know if that's true. Like, when we say regularly, like, how regularly are we talking? Like, once a month? Are we talking like once every 3 months? And also, why is he there? Like, why work out at the Rams facility? By the way, the TMZ report, too, was not that he was just working out. He was doing football drills. That's the TMZ report. That is different than, quote unquote, working out. That's different. So I understand where Jeremy Fowler is coming from. I'm not blowing him up. I completely understand where he's coming from. It's a quote unquote non-story because he always works out there. Yeah, no, though. See, that's where I believe that is incorrect. When you say working out, that could be a wide variety of things. Was he lifting weights, doing explosive drill? Okay, that's different than doing football drills. If he's doing football drills, you can't tell me that's normal. There's no way. And doing football drills in this context of the Rams trying to lure him out of retirement, of him being open to coming out of retirement, with Myles Garrett posting on Instagram. When that's the context, no. Him, quote unquote, working out at the Rams facility, that is not business as usual. That is not normal. Not at all. So I need to know, was his workout like a workout or was it football activities? If he's doing football activities, I need to know how often does he do football activities. There's no way he does it a lot. There just ain't no way. I know he works out. Everyone knows he works out. And yeah, maybe he works out at the Rams facility semi-regularly. Semi. But you can't tell me he is regularly doing football drills. That I don't buy. I agree with Mark Schlereth, who, by the way, extremely underrated broadcaster. I feel like Mark Schlereth is one of the best color commentators out there, period. I would put him at number 2 outside of Greg Olsen. I like Greg Olsen, and then I like Mark Schlereth number 2. And there's a lot of great color comment. I know people are not into Tony Romo now because maybe Tony doesn't do the prep work, that's possible. I still like Tony Romo because, again, the energy that he brings to the table can't be replicated. You know? Like, no offense to some of these other guys, and I'm not going to name names here, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, maybe technically they do it better, but are they a better vibe? And to that I would say probably not. Most likely not. I love the vibe that Tony Romo brings, and I know people just, can't stand it. People cannot stand it when broadcasters have fun. They hate it. Gus Johnson? Gus Johnson's the worst thing to happen to sports broadcasting, apparently. People literally cannot stand it if Gus Johnson have a good time. Come on. Relax, guys. Okay? The days of Pat Summerall are done. I hate to break, and I love Pat Summerall, but those days are done now. I hate to break it to you. Let these guys go out there and have a little bit of fun. I'm not saying break up the decorum, but I mean, maybe Gus Johnson. Look, Gus Johnson is over the top. He's a one-on-one, though. But let Tony Romo have some fun, you curmudgeons.
I mean, he had to play for the Cowboys, so let him enjoy his retirement life.
Let him enjoy it, dude. Come on, man. Nah, he's good, man. But I love Mark Schlereth, though. I think he's really good. And I feel like he doesn't get a lot of burn because he's not an analytics guy. Like, he doesn't like analytics. I don't think he, I think he just doesn't, he's not feeling it, right? And like the broadcaster, like, obviously when you think of Greg Olson, he's embraced analytics. He does a good job of explaining analytics, and Twitter loves Greg Olson because Twitter loves analytics. You know what I'm saying? And the analytics culture war on Twitter is just so fascinating. It's so, and by fascinating, I mean old and tired. And I wish we just never had that conversation ever again.
Shouts to David West, checking everybody.
Is David West an analytics hater?
He analytics annihilator. Yes.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. There it is. David West. Oh, man. That's great.
Xavier, what up?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, good stuff. Anyways, we step away. When we come back, Cap Circumvention happening in Milwaukee? Maybe, possibly. How do the Clipper fans feel about Cap Circumvention happening in Milwaukee? I don't know. We'll give you the latest there right here on the James Coe Show on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Man, the show has flown by. How are we in the last segment, the last 10 minutes of the show, man?
We speed ran it, as the kids say.
Insane.
Speed run sports.
Insane. So much fun. Every single episode, man. I love it, dude. This is crazy stuff. All right, before we get out of here, man, I'd be remiss in not talking about this controversy, this brewing controversy. No one's really jumped in on this yet. But Gary Trent and the Bucks signed a 4-year, $64 million contract, fully guaranteed. Maybe you are not fully locked in on Milwaukee Bucks basketball. Gary Trent, who is, by the way, a clutch sports guy, averaged 8.1 points, 1.0 rebounds, 1.2 assists over 21 minutes per game. He shot a terrible 41% from the floor, although, to be fair, he shot 39% from beyond the arc, which is pretty good. Over the weekend, he signed a 4-year, $64 million contract. Again, fully guaranteed. Not even team option for the 3rd year. Guys, getting a 4-year deal in today's NBA is so incredibly difficult. For a guy who averaged 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist per game, that is insane. It's insane. It was so bad that multiple reporters are calling BS. Sam Vecini of The Athletic wrote this: the NBA should pretty clearly look into this contract in regards to salary cap circumvention. I cannot remember a player agreeing to sign for the minimum 1 year, having his worst season in 7 years, and then receiving 5 times as much money in free agency the following year. Those are all facts. Nate Duncan, a popular salary cap expert and content creator, wrote this on Twitter X. Gary Trent getting 4 years, 64 after the year he just had is obvious circumvention and should be punished by the league. This would fall under the provision that there is no possible explanation other than circumvention. It's the most ridiculous contract in NBA history. Good Lord. By the way, this guy signed a 4-year 64, right? Milwaukee owned the bird rights to Gary Trent because he signed back-to-back 1-year deals with the team. He signed a league minimum deal with Milwaukee in the summer of 2024, then a 2-year, $7.5 million deal last season that included a player option. Didn't opt in to his deal and then signed this 4-year 64. It's so bad, multiple people are calling BS. Multiple people, multiple reporters who are in the know are calling and claiming cap circumvention. Man. By the way, clutch sports guy too, by the way. Again, let me just make that clear. I also, dude, Ken, I love the fact that Milwaukee signed this guy on a Saturday. They signed him on a Saturday, dude.
There's nothing much going on.
Nothing going on at all, guys. It's just a little signing, just a little Gary Trent signing.
And what a great Saturday to do it for the NBA, because all we were talking about were Bam and Tyler Hero.
Exactly.
Brawl.
Just that brawl happening, dude. And then when you look at the depth chart for Milwaukee too, it makes absolutely no. There is no reason. Milwaukee, especially after the Miami trade, they have a glut of these, like, you know, small forward shooting guard types. They have a real glut of these guys. The fact that they signed him up for 4 years, 64 is absolutely outrageous. Clipper fans should be mad. There absolutely should be an investigation into Milwaukee. And again, by the way, him signing those 2 1-year deals to get those bird rights, that's so shady. It is so very obviously a situation where Milwaukee went to Rich Paul and said, listen, if your guy signs a 1 or a 2-year deal with the player option, okay, so that we can finally make one last run with Giannis. Because remember what was happening last year in Milwaukee. They were desperately trying to keep Giannis. How do they go about doing that? They have to surround him with cheap talent. And they thought Gary Trent was going to be that guy. Unfortunately, Gary Trent sucked. And now, if he had even just been even remotely decent and outkicked that contract, you could make the argument that this was not cap circumvention. He had a horrible year. 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Shooting 41% from the floor. Signed a 4-year $64. That's bonkers. Bonkers. Absolutely insane. So they thought they were going to get a discount. They gave him the bird rights or whatever. Nope. None of that. Now, accusations of cap circumvention. I would be surprised if the league doesn't look into this. They should look at, again, it's not a no-show job. It's not aspiration. I'm not saying it's on that level. So it's not going to require an 11-month, 12-month investigation where guys are going to federal prison. That's not what I'm saying. But listen, just look at the deal. Look at the circumstance. Milwaukee's trying to clearly surround Giannis so they keep Giannis with talent, and it just didn't work out. And then when the Piper came due, listen, they had to trade Giannis, and now they got to sign Gary Trent? Oh, my goodness. Horrible. By the way, don't reverse the contract. Let Milwaukee eat that contract because it's a horrendous contract. But strip away draft picks. That's what they should do. Make Milwaukee pay this contract because it's horrendous and take away 2 first-round draft picks. If they're serious about trying to curb cap circumvention, which they should be, that's what they need to do. I don't know what the Clippers are going to get, but it feels like they're going to get a couple of first-round picks taken away. They're going to find Steve Ballmer. They're going to suspend Kawhi Leonard. That's what it feels like it's going to happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Maybe they take away more first-round draft picks. How crazy would that? How about if they just took away 5 first-round draft picks? The next 5 first rounders, you don't have them, dude. Sorry. That would be devastating for the Clippers, man. Devastating. I hope you like Keaton Wagler, because you're not going to get another first-round pick for another 5 years. I could see them going that route too, man. I don't know. This Gary Trent story, I'm telling you, it hasn't died. I'm telling you. This Gary Trent story in Milwaukee, this has got some legs. I'm really interested to see what happens. Cap circumvention is like a thing I never thought about in the NBA until Kawhi, and now it's just happening everywhere. Oh, man, great show we had here today, Kane. Great show, man. I loved that the show went by so quickly. What do we got coming up, man?
It is the Odyssey Summer Baseball Special. Odyssey Midsummer Special.
Beautiful.
Man, yeah. My guy Grant Paulson.
Okay.
From our sister station, 106.7 The Fan in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Former co-worker.
I love it.
GP, what up? And Rob Bradford's going to be hosting. So make it do what it do.
That's coming up. That's coming up in 5 seconds, actually, as a matter of fact. I just want to remind everyone, it's never too late to chase your dreams. All right, peace.